Well, hey everybody, it is Memorial Day weekend and I didn't have anything really planned with the family. We're just gonna be lazy, so I'm headed down to my buddy's house in Fowlerville, Michigan, and I'm gonna be picking up a guitar that I'm getting from him and dropping off a couple that are gonna get worked on. And I'm gonna use this opportunity to go camping or boondocking in the truck. So I got the camper set up here, I got the cap back on, looking forward to a relaxing evening. I found a spot that looks like I can do free overnight at a rest area that has some nice open areas, so hopefully it'll all work out. And I'm going to work on learning how to use my new stove. Well, we're here in the drive-thru, which means I'm gonna make this real easy making supper tonight. I've worked real hard on supper. Now that it's all cooked, we'll head out and find our camp spot, and I'll show you something that I was able to score used from a friend, and it will go a long ways to making it so that I don't have to do so much of this. All right, so I am here, and this is, I think, my spot for the night. It's not what I was thinking it was, but it is not a rest area. It really is kind of like a park and ride. So this is where they say that it is okay to park, so I don't see any signs anywhere that says you can't be here overnight. Well, I got my lights on here, found my remote. It's pretty cool. Slick little LED remote for my lights. Battery operated. They seem to be lasting pretty decent amount. So I wanted to show you a little bit about the back end of the truck. I decided I have not touched the size of the bed. In fact, I ended up screwing down the top on it so it's staying there. You might notice I no longer have a bed liner. I took the bed liner out of this truck because we noticed that there was a bunch of stuff getting underneath it. And when I had my kids help me, we got the bed liner out. We found all kinds of junk underneath it that would have begun rotting out this bed. And this bed is a southern bed on this truck. It's not a fancy bed. It's the wrong color, but it will get painted. And I think I'm going to do a spray-on bed liner in here rather than one that can collect junk underneath. So I want to clean it out super good and make sure all the little bare metal spots are touched up where the bed liner was rubbing. But for now, we got that out and we kind of got it cleaned. So that's where that is. All right, back here, I got a few things. This is my camping kettle. I got a few Advocare things here. I like Advocare, I use it. So it's a meal replacement shake. And then I've got some Spark. And this kind is the vanilla latte. Kind of good to mix with coffee. I got another couple of things of matches I brought along. And a cup for coffee. And when you're my age, you bring pain reliever. So I brought my own water this time. I need to get a water container that's a little bit more maybe friendly for the thing. But let me show you what I got here. And this was from a friend of mine for an absolutely incredible price. So this is going to be a game changer for me. I've never used one of these before. I wish I would have remembered my tripod, but a friend of mine showed me a little bit about how to use these. So I believe these go out here like so. These are for wind to keep it from going anywhere. They go in here then so that set up nice and neat there, and slides in there. sure how. Must go in just like that, I guess. Maybe I'm not smart enough to use this. So this comes up like this, and I thought this was sitting in there. I'm like, oh, that's kind of dangerous. Weird. Actually picks up out of here, and this can move back. This, excuse me, turns around here, and gets connected right in here. So let me get that connected and put the camera down. Well, I did get it going, and definitely took some tinkering, but it's going pretty well now. And I'm having to see if I can turn it down now. It seems like it's very, very, very similar to a kerosene heater. It has a time you have to turn this little knob right here to a light position for a while, and then it has to stay there. So I continue to turn it down. So it's coming. Guess I'm learning a little bit. And then over here on the side is a knob right here that you turn counterclockwise to open this, and then you have to light this one. So I got one lit, one going. Monkeying around here and trying to figure this out. Well, I got the second one going here now, and it's going to take probably a little bit to really kind of keep it going. Hopefully this works. This will be really nice to have going camping, whether it's camping here or camping in my tent or whatever. This will be nice to have around. I do a lot of tent camping where I'm able to drive up to the spot, whether it's rustic or not. So with that should work. All right, well, it is time to climb in here. There's been some people coming and going. There's people hanging out here in the lot. I am right here by Interstate 96. You may say, wow, that is really loud. But like I said, I drove truck for quite a while. I'm used to that. As long as we don't have any shenanigans going on tonight. I did grab some stuff to secure the back here. And I do have a few things to discourage anyone from coming through. So, well, I turned the lights down in here. That way it's not so visible. I do have this slider window open, and it's not covered. So there's light that can come through. So I'm going to keep it low. Try not to be so obvious. And next time, hopefully by then I'll have done a video of me building in here a shelf. Lumber's quite expensive right now. I did locate some rough sawn lumber, and I can make it out of that, but I might have to see if I can get it planed from a friend's place. I got a couple things of water there. So it's just gonna be kind of an easy evening here. These are just cheap Harbor Freight LED lights. Still going strong from the original batteries from when it was not super cold out. Same batteries. So I would strongly suggest them. They're really good. Like $7 per strand. I got 2 strands in here. And they can go quite bright. I Velcroed my controller right here. We can turn the lights up. Just gotta aim it at the thing. So it does get quite bright in here. There's all kinds of funky things that you can do with this. Every setting has something. There we go. Party time. Well, usually on these camping trips or boondocking or stealth camping or whatever I'm doing, I usually have a little fire going on, and I do, cook over the fire and so on. But since I'm boondocking tonight, and this was kind of a not very well planned trip, and frankly I've just been exhausted and tired. We also have a hobby farm. It's called Ferguson Hobby Farms, and I'll try to remember to put the link to that in the description below. Scroll down there and check us out. You can kind of see what else we do. We have 4 goats and a miniature horse. I built a little barn out of pallets, and we also have Muscovy ducks, some geese, and a couple of turkeys and quail. We've been trying to hatch some birds. I just hatched a quail and some chickens and so on. It's just fun, and the kids really enjoy it. So anyhow, there's been a lot going on. We just had some predators, or predator, I'm not sure if it was 1 or 2. We do have the trail cams up, and we have a live trap set, but we're going to try and figure out what's going on there. So I wanted to secure the coop. I spent a couple days working on that, putting new latches on. I built a new nesting box door that is much more secure because I figured the predators were coming back. So that's a whole another side of me that I don't typically show here on the channel. Maybe one of the videos I can do is what else do I do, and just give you guys a peek into the other things that I do. But anyhow, it's getting late and it's time to turn in, and so I'm going to kick back and watch a movie a little bit here. We'll see you in the morning. We're going to go find some breakfast. So kind of crazy. I'm sitting here at an MDOT park and ride that has a ton of room and some beautiful, beautiful nature settings around. I got the camp stove out, figured it out, the whole pilot hole and the whole deal. I feel silly now not knowing that, but I've never had one of these before, never used it, and I'm not real keen on stoves and stuff. So I went and I brewed my coffee. There's a McDonald's across the street. I cheated. Just gonna hang out here, take it easy till I'm ready to go to my friend's house and meet him. Just absolutely amazing spot. If it weren't for the road noise, it'd be perfect. So yeah, definitely if I lived closer, I'd be all game for stealth camping in here. I think that is a good sign. We finally have some steam here. The fire has stayed nice and constant, so I think I'm finally getting the hang of this stove. I can definitely tell you it is not as easy as what I thought it would be. The other thing is I have a leak, so it is definitely a little bit on the concerning side. If any of you have these stoves, you want to give me some pointers, that would be awesome. I'm going to have to definitely reseal that. Not sure where it's leaking. Just saw it drip, so I think it looks like it's leaking from right there. See the drip forming? So it looks like the valve. Yeah, this is a new spark flavor. Have these little individual packets. So we're gonna make some. I had one. I don't remember too much about it. I just kind of keep it for my little excursions. Okay. So it's just a powder. Kind of like an energy style drink, but it's got some amino acids and vitamins and so on in there too. So once I get the side shelf built here, I think I'm going to bring it out to, I don't want to come too far. I want to bring it out right about there, and then hopefully I'll be able to come right up over the top of that so I can utilize all that space so it's not wasted. And I'll keep it so maybe it only comes out to about where the wheel well is, because I need some room there for my feet. Still considering bumping that bed over some too. I don't really use that much bed. I don't need that much bed. So hopefully I'll get something figured out and I can store my water in there, and rather than having a bag with clothes and stuff in it, I can put some stuff in there and just have a little bit neater situation, and a trash can. How cool would that be? I've been sitting here looking at this little group of trees, and I think I'm just going to try and walk over there and see what things look like. Look at that. Those are definitely not nice. Kind of halfway expecting to see some evidence. It looks like there's been a deer bedding down right there. It's nice and hidden away in here. Not bad at all. Ground doesn't look that wet. There's a ditch that runs along there. Pretty cool. I'll try, maybe coming out this way. Definitely will need to leave a review on this place. This is a place that was recommended, that people have used for overnight. One guy said he even pitched a tent here and didn't have any issues for a couple days. I'm not sure whether it was in that spot. That spot's a little more, it's still pretty hard to see back in there.
Haha, you ever made a mistake before? I know you have. I've made plenty. One of my mistakes was I did not take my phone in or record anything at my buddy's house the other night. And so this is after the fact, and I'm showing you my new Paul Reed Smith clone. Not a real one, but it is a clone, and yes, it is from China. Even though it's put on the back here, custom built for USA only. But anyhow, it is a beautiful guitar, and my friend upgraded the pickups here on it, and it did some stuff on it that it's got push-pull pots on it here on both of these pickups, so you can actually control which pickup, and then whether you want to control the white ones or the other ones, and then when they're all together, you got your nice humbuckers and so on. So it is a really neat guitar. This is also splitting some of the stuff, so I still haven't learned it all. But you may say, why would I need this? And maybe someday I'll show you my other guitars. But this one was given to me, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's not every day you get a guitar given to you. It is, you would think, a cheap guitar, but actually it is not that cheap. Paul Reed Smith guitar, an actual one, would be several $1,000s to be the same style, and this was about a quarter of that. So still not cheap in my estimate. Maybe it's cheap in your estimate, but the cool thing is I like how it sounds. I do have a couple other guitars. I have a Gretsch hollow body. I have a couple of Fender acoustics. I have an Ibanez SRX 705 bass guitar, and I have a Taylor that I just got a new acoustic because I lead worship at the church too. So this is this beautiful sounding, and it's just open right now. And you may say, well, what can you use it for? Well, there's all kinds of different songs. One song I'd love to learn is a song you might know. It's called Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. I don't listen to a lot of the old music anymore, just because a lot of it's got stuff that I just don't agree with in it. So you can tell I'm an acoustic guitar player because I hammer things and I accidentally bend the strings. That's why you're hearing "Boo." So I'm used to like squeezing the strings really hard because acoustic guitars have fat strings. But then you can do, like most of you know, an old song called Summer of '69, and that's something we can get this right. you can hear the difference. And by adjusting these, it turns, changes the tone. And you can use it for different things. Like one of the songs that we sing at church is God is Able, and it has a little electric guitar riff in it. It goes like this. My fingers have not gotten used to the size of this neck, or I've been playing acoustic guitar for quite some time, so I don't get to play electric very often, and so my fingers just don't seem to want to do the right thing. Anyhow, I'm rusty on the electric guitar. This is going to give me an opportunity to get a little better. I do have a Gretsch hollow body that I need to play a little bit more too, and it's one of the other things that you guys don't see me doing a whole lot. I'd love to play more, like sit around the campfire and play songs. The problem is I will get a copyright strike if I do too many songs that are familiar, and it's kind of crazy. So anyhow, one of these evenings, maybe I'll do that when I'm out camping. I'll just sit around and play. Thanks a lot for joining me on this little short adventure. And I know it wasn't full of like really stealthy adventure or any sort of real pressure, but it was just kind of a cool run. And hey, I was going to get my guitar. So thanks a whole bunch. And we'll see you on the next one, and we'll make it a little more adventurous. Take care.